right format or the right way to say it. Maybe it's not really a right way to say it at all, but there's something that has to be recorded, and it's not done in 2 or 3 minutes or me standing here right now. It's going to be done over a little bit of time, because there is quite a bit to include as we go through this. But I think what we're going to do is just go through an instruction as to how the God mind principles work. If you've read the book, you know what the book is. Now you need to know, how are we going to make these work? We have the basic tools in our hands, and we have the help of our Heavenly Mother and Father to lead and guide us on an individual basis as to what we should be doing individually to accomplish whatever needs to be accomplished for peace. We have to stop fighting for peace. You have peace when the fighting stops. So let's stop the fighting and see what happens in peace. We've tried hate. We've tried vengeance. We've tried jealousy. We've tried all those other little schemes, to try to win somebody over or something over so we can gain a little bit more or take a little bit more from somebody else. And a lot of times those somebody else's are people who don't have any money to begin with. How can the rich take from the poor when they should be helping the poor to come up to their level? We have to make some changes. And those changes are, we are family. We are all brothers and sisters. No matter where you live, what country you're from, what nationality you happen to be born in, it doesn't matter. Because we're not our physical bodies. These physical bodies are just vehicles to carry our minds around and do physical things while we're here on earth. But the spirit part of us, the immortal part of us, the part that really matters in your experiences here on earth, that's what we need to take control of, you see. Because we're being spiritually attacked by an enemy we cannot see with our eyes, touch with our hands, but we can certainly hear them very well. And guess what? We can follow their influences too well. And none of their influences are any good. They're all bad. They're all low energy down here and lower until it's all bad. Look around the world and see what the world is going through right now. To let the energies down here, it's no good. So what do we have to do on the spiritual level? We have to fight the right enemy, and the right enemy is not our brothers and sisters, no matter who they are, or what tribe they're from, or family they're from, or religion they belong to or don't belong to, or what they believe in or don't believe in. These are our freedoms and our choices to act on our own behalf, to be responsible for our own actions, to stand up and be proud because we are from a royal heritage of an eternal mother and an eternal father. And they love us and they care about us, and that has been left out of our doctrines. It's been left out of our societies, our countries, and our nations, our cities, and our villages. Father, oh Father, 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 Father. And where's Mother? Where has Mother been? Mankind has hidden her, forbidden her to come out. Why? Because they know that they don't have the power they have singularly when the feminine power is in place. But when the feminine power is in place with the masculine powers, then that's when the unity comes together, and then we start raising the vibration of our consciousness higher and higher until them crud balls down there who have been killing us, sacrificing us, causing us to do things that we would never do if we had our sane mind. Think about it. You've got to think about it. Now's the time to stand. Not next week or next month or next year. It's right now. You know why it's right now? Because when this catches on, it's going to blaze the world like a firestorm. Everybody's going to know about this. It's no longer hidden. It's here and it's now. You don't have to believe me. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a priest. I'm not a reverend. I'm not a rabbi. I'm not a religious person. I'm not one who worships God. Yes, that might scare you at the moment. But I do worship God the Father. And I worship Goddess the Mother. But not in the traditional way that you would worship them. I worship them because I love them. And it's out of my love for them that the love that they give to me is the same love they're giving to you. We are love creatures, not creatures of war. We are peacemakers, not warriors, physical warriors. I knew there was something that needed to be said, but we need each other. We need each other. We need to love one another. We need to talk to one another and smile at each other. And now my face is so serious. But we need to pick people up when they're down. We need to encourage them when they're discouraged. We need to feed them when they're hungry. We need to shelter them when they have no shelter. Why? Because maybe I will be without shelter, without food, without this. Maybe you will be without shelter, without food. I doubt it, because we won't allow that to happen. That's why. But for right now, things are happening that aren't supposed to be happening. Why? Because the energy's down here. And people are up here looking around, trying to figure things out that they don't have a clue about. And while they're up here in their video games and their computer systems and their high-tech this and high-tech that and their ball games and their dances and all that other recreational type of things that they do to take their minds away from themselves. Because when they really start thinking about themselves, they don't like themselves very much. Why don't they like themselves very much? Because maybe they dropped out of school. Maybe they disappointed their mother and their father when they were a child, or somebody did something to them that caused them to have fear in their hearts. Something happened that was pre-programmed as that child grew into adulthood. And now that is a subconscious deposit in that child's mind and in our minds. So we have positive things in our minds and we have negative things in our minds. But we will protect those negative things even though they're keeping us from what we want in life. They're causing us to allow extra low energy influences to come in our lives and try to mess up our goals, plans, and ideas. So we need to raise our energy level up. And how do we do that? Number one thing, get the God Mind Principles key to the Book of Locks and get it as fast as you can get it. And then you read the rules of laws. That's read before you even open the book. And you read those rules of laws, and if you understand them, then you open that book because you've now opened the first seal to the God Mind Principles. You'll read that manuscript, that book down until you get to the end. And you don't jump forward, you don't peruse it, you don't read it backwards, but you read it exactly how the rules of laws tells you to read it. And the rules of laws will tell you why you should do that. Because we're all governed by laws and orders that work in certain precise orders, and if we mess those orders up, sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to work out. So, let's do something in order and do it right. So at the end, you can have your power to combat the I'm not even going to call them that, because there's reasons for that. But you will have the power to rise up over your own adversities. And you'll be placed or given opportunities that will just absolutely lift you and help you grow and help you to achieve those things you need to achieve in life. And then jointly we can invite the entire world together under the same thought that we're family, we're brothers and sisters, we're not enemies. We have one Spirit Mother. We have one Spirit Father who gave birth to us throughout time and all eternity. And we're here to protect our own glory that they gave us. We don't give them glory, they gave it to us. So it's our responsibility to do whatever we need to do to retain our glory. So when we cross back through the veil and leave this body behind, then we will ascend to whatever glory that we have attained within our souls. But those people who are